This is the response for the video for Delaney for the Capstone Rough Draft 1. The first thing was opening, and I'm glad that you thought my opening was creative and engaging and really helped support my topic about how technology can be beneficial in cars, and the narrative really helps bring the topic into start up the conversation. Thesis. Yeah, I know the three were really confusing, but the one that said ultimately was the thesis that I was trying to put out there. But for when I revise my draft, I will have to make sure to make that more noticeable and make that my main thesis statement. Thank you for pointing that out. The third one was context. How well did the author put the topic into context? Uh, yeah, I tried to explain how technology has changed in everyday's life, and then like cars. I'm glad that you got how I was trying to talk about all technology first, then move into cars alone and how it's been affected and helped people. And yeah, I just wanted to make sure that fit in well with the conversation. Reasons. What are three reasons? Yeah, the three reasons you picked out were definitely like my three major reasons for how technology has been beneficial, and those are the ones I wanted to make my essay mainly about. So I'm glad that those are the three that you picked out. And then the other one you put in was how technology has changed and compared to new technology, which I think is another great example to show how much it has changed over the years and how the new technology is different than from the old technology, and I think that's a really good thing to put in my paper after I revise it. My objection um, is yeah, I try to point out the good and bad in the objection, but I really liked your objection of how to put in the amount of deaths caused by the distraction, because the naysayers mainly are saying how yes, it can cause some distraction, but it also is really good for technology. But a lot of deaths are caused by distraction in cars, and that's a really good thing to put in my essay. Thank you. Responses. Um, yeah, I tried to, like I said, I tried to address the good and the bad, and I just think it's really good that you saw that when you were reading, and that you think that the technology is more good for cars than bad, but the distraction thing is pretty bad, but the good in cars outweighs that. And then future, what is the future of this topic? I really like the idea of how you change the study from like how technology has changed as much to, or how it is effective like in wrecks and stuff, than how like people prefer technology in the future, like who prefers technology in their cars and who prefers to just have a normal car with not as much technology. I think that'd be a really good study and help show how people feel about technology in cars. Um, the conclusion, thanks. I should have put more personal narrative. I didn't even think about that really writing, but I need to make sure to put a lot more personal narrative back into the conclusion of the essay, and also the fact that I think it'd be better to put my thesis at the first sentence of the paragraph, like you said too, because then I could relate the rest of the paragraph back up to the thesis. But overall, thank you, and a lot of this stuff has been very helpful for my revision for my capstone.